Hi, what's up, and welcome to my channel. My name is Emrose and I do a lot of stuff. I'm an author and artist, and I make videos about creative life and gentle tips for creative living. And my cat loves it when I talk, so he has made his presence known. Yeah, you tell him. Buddy, are you gonna mess with this? Are you gonna complicate this whole situation? If that sounds like something you want to come along and see more of, subscribe down below. So I've been watching Preptober videos, and I decided I wanted to make a short one of my own because I'm really excited about this year. So this video is going to be about kind of my overall approach to National Novel Writing Month this November, as well as, an attempt to decide what project I will be doing. Smokey. Like, y'all, it looks like I do this on purpose. Every single... Smokey! Every single one of my videos is interrupted by him. But this is just his personality. Okay, my guy. To continue, here's how I feel about NaNoWriMo. I love the energy. There's a sort of frantic, writerly vibe in the air at this time of year, especially on AuthorTube. And I just think 'tis the season to, put in some words, join in on those writing sprints, be part of that like overly caffeinated, frantic energy. I'm really excited about that this year, especially because I am really looking to meet some new writers. Like, I'm happy to meet more writers in online spaces, and I think I'll hopefully be doing that, but I'm also hoping to go to some events in my city. So if you are an Atlanta local, I don't know, hit me up, honestly. I really want to make some writer friends this year. I've kind of spent the past 2 years in a new city, and mostly here in my tiny art studio, and he wants to be involved, but not like that. No, not like that. Yeah, honestly, just here with my cats. So I need some more human socialization, and especially of the writer kind, if I can get it, I have a very select number of writer friends right now, so I think it would be really exciting to swap pages with some more. Here's the thing that I'm kind of nervous about, but I'm just trying to accept. I am planning to lose NaNoWriMo. That is the attitude I'm going into it with this year because of a few things. I am disabled. I have chronic illness. I am a slow writer. Those things aside, even I was kind of a slow writer before some of my symptoms really flared up over the past few years. So just for me, I want to get more excited about failing, if that makes sense. I want to get excited about having tried throughout the full month, and that kind of failure, as opposed to noticing my word count fall behind and then getting really disappointed by that in the early weeks, and then totally ditching the project or ditching the pursuit early on, because I've had a couple of years that have gone that way. I think I've won NaNoWriMo once. I don't know, I have to look at my account. I don't even really remember, because I've often been working on projects that were already ongoing. So it's a little bit hard for me to keep track of whether I actually hit that 50K mark. But I just want to emphasize, like, for me, 50K is huge. That's like a huge amount of words. And there are plenty of people that you're going to see that can hit it super easily. And they really stand out among the NaNoWriMo community. But it's like, it's meant to be a challenge, you know? It's meant to be kind of a ridiculous goal. So, these are things I have to say to myself too, you know, like, there's more than one way to write a book, right? And writing it all in 1 month, or writing, I don't know, 50 to 75% of it in 1 month is like pretty uncommon, I would say. I guess basically I am planning to have a failure. I would rather have a failure than like not try this year. And not be engaged in the attempt and in the community of all these other people attempting the same big wild thing. So that is something I am sort of readying myself with this Preptober, this sort of mentality shift around, you know, my objectives for the month. The second thing, I mentioned that often in the past, I have been in the middle of a project and then I use NaNoWriMo as like a push to get a ton more words. In that project, I think this is like technically cheating, because the traditional NaNoWriMo pursuit is to like to start a brand new project from page 1 and take it to 50K, 50,000 words. So I do have a project that I could totally do that with. It would be very beneficial for that project too. However, I just don't know. I can't decide. So I think ideally what I'm leaning toward is that I would be working a lot on that existing project this month in October. I would take it past like the midpoint within this month. And then I've been playing around with the idea of starting another novel simultaneously. And that one would be like a complete fresh start. So if I do that, ideally I would like to do some like actual traditional prepping, some outlining, some character development kind of stuff this month. I've talked about my ongoing project a little bit on this channel, especially in my last video if you go back and watch that, but basically it's about witches, and it's told from the point of view of 3 witches who are all kind of on different sides of a rebellion movement. And the other project that I'm considering is closer to like an urban fantasy, magical realism type thing. I'm looking for the right words for it because I think magical realism is a bit too literary. I'm thinking very genre for this. And I think like suburban fantasy, which is not really a thing, but I think it is evocative of what I'm considering. And it would be about some of my experiences growing up in the Midwest with the twist of a little bit of demonic possession and student entrepreneur turned cult leader type thing with romance, with campy high school shenanigans. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I'm getting excited just talking about it, but I want to spend a little bit of time deciding how like realistic it would be for me to make progress in both of those things. I'm not really the kind of writer who has multiple projects going on at once, which is kind of ironic because I have multiple projects going on in like every other aspect of my life at all times, but I've always been like a one novel kind of girly. But just kind of like at the stage I'm at with my writing journey, like having one book finished, querying it, trying to like get something else under my belt that kind of like flexes my skills but is also like another like an alternate for publication, or an additional novel for publication. I'm kind of thinking about that. Those are like very serious like businessy decisions. But I've also been thinking about like how I've put a lot of thought into like the career and business side of being an author this year, and I really need to get back to some of that like playfulness and just like screwing around and having fun with it. I've been considering that a lot, and I think maybe having two projects going at the same time could kind of feed into each other in a way that would be like a valuable experience, you know? So what I'm gonna do today, I'm going to spend a lot of time with my witch project, doing some writing on there, doing some like, you know, seeing where the trajectory goes between where I am and where the midpoint is, and how writing that will look this month. See if I can do it, see if I'm gonna need more time, and if I want to dedicate November to that. And then tomorrow, I'm going to do some exploratory writing on this suburban demon high school. Not exactly demon high school, regular high school with demons occasionally. I'm gonna do some exploration on that. And then when I have done both of those things, I'll come back and tell you about if I have any more thoughts. Okay, here is the situation. I am going to go with starting that new project in November and making it my NaNoWriMo project. What that means, I've discovered, is that I have a lot to do this month, both in terms of getting what I want done on my current work in progress and plotting the new project. I don't really want to go into November without a pretty decent plot. I used to be a total pantser, however, that hasn't really been super conducive for me lately. A lot of times I kind of stall out on a project really badly at around 20 to 30K. I lose a lot of confidence in the project. I get confused. I feel like I'm writing all these scenes that are sort of empty or boring, even if they're not. Sometimes they are, but even when they're not, I get really self-conscious about it. So my goal is to avoid that with this November. I also have a lot of thinking to do about a couple of challenges. I'll probably make another video about this later in October once I've decided more what I'm going to actually be doing. But I have a tendency to sabotage myself with multiple challenges or multiple huge projects at one time. I don't want to do that, so I think I have some things I need to get out of my system artistically before I jump into NaNoWriMo. I also have, you know, my ongoing health issues, which I haven't really come up with a system to address for like an everyday kind of writing routine. Basically, what I've been doing for my writing is just like finding tiny little pockets of time to work on something, and accepting that it's like a pretty long process for me right now. But I do want to see if there's like some way that I can pool in a lot of focus, a lot of energy during 1 month and kind of push some of the other, like, I don't know, priorities to the side. The thing about my health is that, like, it can't really be pushed to the side. Things come up. I still get migraines. I can tell that I'm gonna get one today, for example, although they've gotten so much better. If you've been hearing me talk about them, like in any of my videos, they were constant for a while, but I'm on some new stuff and it's really reduced the frequency of them. So hopefully that is like a continued decline. You know, I'm never gonna put myself in a position where I'm writing to the detriment of my physical well-being. So it's kind of hard to come up with a plan for that. But I really feel like it's the right time for me to be writing this story. I'm pretty excited about it. And it's something that I think I've been considering for like a year, and it definitely wasn't the right time a year ago. And now that I have some more ideas and some more skills, I actually think it is going to be really exciting. So that is going to be my 2022 NaNoWriMo project. Let's say Project Demon Entrepreneurs. Are you doing NaNoWriMo this year? Do you have a project that you're in development for? Do you work on multiple projects at once? I'm very curious about that. Like I said, this is going to be my first time working on 2 novels at the same time. That's it for now. Thanks for joining me on the channel. Like I said before, I make videos about sustaining a healthy, creative life to the extent that we can. I am writing vlogs, art vlogs, video essays, lots of, you know, that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in hanging out with me, maybe creating together, you can like, comment, subscribe down below. I also have an art store where I sell stickers and prints right now. I'll pop a few up on the screen for you if you want to check them out. It is emrosearrett.com/shop. You can also get it in my description. Anyway, that's it. Thanks so much again. This is Emrose, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.